Hey everyone, so I wanted to bring you all a little update with some of the emulator developments. Someone brought to my attention that the Hieromancer's magical ability, particularly the rituals, would crash the server. So I've actually spent the last good amount of the last 24 to 48 hours trying to figure out exactly why that is. It's a perplexing issue, and I'm not entirely certain why my fix works, but it does. I've decided, since I did get it working for now, that I'm going to push the changes to the server in its state as is, and maybe in the future we can revisit the subject and iterate some more if we need to. This change did create a lot of changes under the hood that I had to contend with. I was also reviewing some footage of like Hieromancer gameplay, and the very bizarre thing is that, for example, the healing animation is a little bit different than the one we have. So I'll have to take a look at that and find out why. Now, this ability here, number 4, is the Ritual of Agony, and by the grace of God, we did have some packet captures where people were using this ability. Given how rare the Hieromancer is, that's, you know, pretty fortuitous. So it's an interesting animation that plays. It's considered a magical nuke. Basically, what I think was happening was that the original system we had in place for sending the data over to the client was overloading the client, because this attack is quite complex in sort of its technicalities under the hood. But basically, to show you it, now granted, I don't think this is exactly correct with how it looked on live, and that's why I said we'll have to leave it as is and revisit it in the future to perfect it. However, I think I moved things in the right direction. So without further ado, this is sort of what the attack looks like. So he's doing a little bit of a charge. He does this thing, and then he fires multiple projectiles like that. Now, you notice the damage was applied before the projectiles fired. I think what happened on live basically was that these projectiles would fire at particular times in the animation, just like it did there, and then the damage would be calculated at each of those intervals. So, we're not exactly there, but, we're better than crashing the server. And if you listen, there's actually a really pretty sort of sound effect there. So I never played Empyrean. It's quite curious to me that they put so much detail into sort of one of these lower hanging attacks. Maybe I would expect the Ritual of the Heavens to be something that would be sort of intense like that. What I think ultimately is that this ability was a channeling ability. Essentially, you're doing damage at different periods, kind of like Arcane Missile for the mage in World of Warcraft, where at, you know, 30% of the way through the channel, you do one missile, and then at 66, and then, basically at 100. I think that's the concept of this. However, of course, in AC2, none of your abilities had cast times or channel times that you could visually see. It was all done by animation, which honestly, if you ask me, I think is a much more immersive way of handling it than putting all this UI in your face telling you, hey, this takes 2 seconds to cast and blah, blah. You just have to go based on the animation, which is why getting these animations working and getting them timed fairly decently is important. I don't know if this will crash the server. Hopefully not. Wow. Jeez. I've never seen that attack before. I wonder if there was more than one pulse, but the mob just died so fast that there was only one pulse. We could try spawning a Gurog or something and see if he'll obviously live longer. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. And we'll see if we can use that attack on him and see what it looks like. All right, let's spawn him. And again, all these, since I made these changes, I haven't tested the more complex AI. All these lower level AI are functioning just fine with the changes to the attack logic under the hood, but I haven't tested someone like this. So let's see if we can do one of these. Let's see what it's going to look like. Yep, there goes 2 and 3 pulses. So it fired 3 pulses. Now, he's not doing any damage to me, so obviously I'm going to have to go ahead and look at... Actually, neither of them are doing any damage to me. So I need to go back and just see why that is. The other thing that I was able to do... I don't think it's because I have a ton of armor. What I did do was make it so that... yeah, I don't have any armor, so it shouldn't be that. What I did do was I also fixed a bug where armor wasn't being taken into account in calculating attack damage. So, you know, we'll have to take a look and see what's going on there with that. But yeah, anyways, those are some abilities now, and they're not crashing the server. I've never seen this, Ritual of Glamour. I don't know what that does. Let's see if this crashes the server. Hopefully not, because I'm really exhausted with this, trying to fix this. Nope. Huh! That was interesting. I don't know what I just did. Was I supposed to have a target? Was that supposed to do? What does this do? Ritual focused on enhancing weapon ability to cause damage against different types of monsters. Improves damage against nature. Wow, they were getting really creative with their skills here. It's a shame. Looks like they were coming up with some pretty cool ideas. Now, I don't think... I'm guessing this places the effect on the weapon, but I'm not handling any of that. That probably wasn't handled by the effects server. What else do we got? Gesture of Distortion. Ritual of Torpidity. Let's see what that does. Let's throw that out there. And I do know the UI is a little bit bugged. Don't ask me why. I'm still trying to figure that out. So that one looks like the Ritual of the Heavens. It looks very similar in its appearance. Yeah. And this is Gesture of Distortion. What does that do? Projectile attack. Okay. Let's see what that one looks like. Wow, look at those blasts. I mean, jeez, those projectiles were huge. That would be menacing. Doom. So all the damage, as you could see, went in the first hit. And those other pulses, you know. So that's another thing that I'll have to look into. But anyways, we're not crashing the server anymore with this, so that's great. Monsters are attacking and not crashing the server, which is fantastic. So anyways, I just wanted to record this because this has really taken so much of my time just trying to solve. And it's a very complicated issue. There's other bugs right now on the server, and thank you to everyone who's reporting them. We'll keep making fixes as we can. Appreciate it. And hopefully in the near future we'll have the networking fixed so that people can stay connected longer than 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Some people are only able to stay connected for 60 seconds. Some people get lucky and get 20 minutes out of it. So, you know, but that's outside of my scope, and that's someone else on the team who's hopefully making a little bit of progress on that. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye.